Hi there and welcome to, well, for first time, my kitchen. This is going to be what you would say a travel vlog in the absence of any better word for it. We are going to go and get one of my new motorcycle projects. So come along with me as we go collect this new motorcycle, and you have to wait and see what kind of motorcycle. I'm really excited for this, so come along. So this motorcycle is actually a funny story about how I got it, because I was at a vintage car show and one of the guys recognized me from restoring old cars and motorbikes, and he just casually told me that, hey, I have this really unique or old motorbike with a sidecar which I'm getting too old to do myself, so if you want it, you can get it for really cheap. And the price was so cheap that I bought it there and then without actually seeing it at all. Okay, so I was going to tell you all about how I was going to work one night, night shift, but it didn't matter because it was in the same direction that the motorbike is. So when I drove from my place at home, I drove towards my workplace because I was asked to pick up a night shift because there were one hand short. Suddenly got very busy and the night was just horrible. It just poured down the entire night. Now I'm going to, it's still a few hours until I have to go and get the bike. It's still a bit early in the morning, so I'm going to get a shower, use all the hot water I have here at my barracks, and see you guys in a few hours when I've gotten some sleep and a shower. That didn't feel like an hour or several hours at all. That felt like going into the room, putting my head on the pillow, and the alarm ringed. So you can imagine I feel very refreshed and very awake, but yeah, now comes the exciting part, because now we go to collect the trailer and go collect this motorbike. Welcome to a spot along the road. I couldn't actually film where I picked it up because there was a lot of other vehicles there and they didn't want their warehouse to be on YouTube. So I picked it up and put it on a trailer. It's just here now. This beauty. Actually, now I need to say that I don't know what this is. I know it's a Ural based on the BMWs from the war, and that's what I'm going to turn it into, to look like a BMW from the war. But I actually don't know what this is other than a Ural. So yeah, we'll take it home and maybe change some oil in it and see if it will crank over. The guy that I bought it from said that probably gonna start. Finally, I'm back home and I got the motorcycle off the trailer, which is over there. Temporarily just gonna have it here in the garage until I can figure out how to get it down into my new workshop. But yeah, I'm a little excited, so I'm going to crack into it and see if I actually can get it to start. Have some new oil, new transmission oil, a fresh battery, check if the spark plugs work, and maybe I get it to work. I believe this down here, if I can get some light on that, there you go, that is the drainage plug for either the motor oil or the transmission oil. I haven't looked further down, but I believe this is the transmission. And you have been upgraded from the bucket, which you saw in the last episode, to a bench. So you can sit right over here and watch me struggle. Now I wish I had a glove for the other hand, because then I could do that with a glove. But now I have to do like this because I'm a wimp. I don't want to get my fingers dirty. Oh no. That is water and not transmission oil. It smells like nothing. Oh no. That is disgusting. A mixture of oil and water. Making some sound from up here, so maybe this is the filler point. Yes, it is. This is a dipstick for the transmission, and somewhat disconcertingly, there was water in it, which is always a pleasant surprise. I'm going to try and get some new oil in there just to flush it out a little. So I have some classic transmission oil. I can't imagine they used anything better than this when they built them back in the day. And from what I've heard, it doesn't really matter on these really old bikes, because they would literally just use anything back in the day. So I have some classic transmission oil. Under here is the drainage plug right there. So I'll try to get that one off next. And there it is. That nice black stuff. You know, these motorbikes are really eco-friendly because they run on recycled dinosaurs. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alright then. Okay, let's get a battery and some fuel in it and let's see what happens. What's going to happen now is I've changed the oil, letting that sit, filling all the crevices and stuff. But I really want to take it for a test drive just down the road and up again when I get it going. So this tire on the side here doesn't hold air, it leaks everywhere and it's completely shut. So I want to take this tire that holds air, I just filled it up with some air and put it on here. So that will be the next I'll do. Wish me luck. Oh. So I have some 556 universal rust cleaner thing. Trying to spray some of it into here. And maybe that will help because this wheel won't come off. I tried to hit it on the inside and try to push it out, but it doesn't really want to come off. So I've also brought a heat gun. Probably needs to put some heat into it to get it to come off. I'm hoping not, because it's really on there. Okay. So, after about 500,000 Norwegian curse words and 5 hours later, I finally got the tire off. So, what ended up happening is I couldn't actually get the tire off, as you probably noticed. The wheel was just stuck on the axle. And what I did was unscrewed this too, that is holding the axle, and then I didn't understand how it worked, so I tried to hit it out that way, but of course that didn't work because it's me. And my brother, which is in there building a cabinet, came out and in 30 seconds he said, why don't you just hit it the other way? So that's what I did. I hit it that way and it just boom, flew out and under the bike and the wheel fell off. So what I've used 5 hours on, he did in less than a minute. It's off. Very annoying, but it's off.